Good morning, coming at you live via Periscope and Twitter. Tyler out, the top 2% Amazon seller, e-commerce expert, personal branding, not an expert on that, but working on it, growing my following, trying to provide value until I might someday have something in return, and until the followers come in. Any viewers, please, it's all going to be live Q&A. Please ask your questions. Until those come in, I'll start talking about myself and answer them in the order, just backing up here, in which they will arrive. Hey, they're coming in. I am a top 2% Amazon seller, the largest earbud seller in North America by number of earbuds sold. The largest earbud seller on Amazon, the largest earbud seller to schools. Earbuds are a big, ripe market, sold under the brand TFD Supplies. My initials, TFD Supplies. So that's the gist of my credentials. I've grown that business from 0 to about 1.2 million in the last 2 years. So a substantial growth curve. And that's where I'm at right now. Plan on probably about doubling that again next year, maybe double the next few years. It's kind of the growth path expected. Hey there, Tar EAG coming in. Please ask any questions at all. This is a full Q&A. I want to answer any questions you have about anything. I know a lot about e-commerce, selling on eBay, selling on Amazon, personal finance, something about investing. Not an expert, I wouldn't call myself in investing, but I stay close to the expert in personal finance. So please ask any questions you have. I'll be happy to answer it. I'm not selling a course. I'm not selling a webinar. I'm not selling a membership. I'm not selling anything. This is me giving you free information. So please consider asking anything you want to say. I'll give you the exact playbook to try to get somewhere we're at. Thanks there, Sam, for the retweet. Appreciate that. So please consider asking any questions. If not, I'll go on about myself. Let's see, what's been on my mind lately? Still the push hard into audio. Podcasting, the barrier to entry is super low to get into podcasting. Everyone already has a smartphone, so you can do a video, strip out the audio with a free tool online, upload that as a free thing into SoundCloud, get it syndicated free into iTunes, Google Play Music. And then before you know it, you have the ability to be reached by millions of people if your content is good. And it takes a long time to grow that following. You just hope that you provide enough value, enough content of significance to someone that they might tell a friend, and you do that every time. Before you know it, you have a following. So I'm working on myself right now. But podcasting, audio is a big thing with a Google Home, Amazon Echo, and Alexa, things like that. It's a big right market that is just now starting, because a lot of people still don't have those in their homes, and in 10 years they're going to be everywhere all the time. And then you have that dynamic of everything as, hey Siri, what's this? Hey Amazon, what's this? And then Amazon, tell me about the news today. Amazon, order me some earbuds. Amazon, I need 5,000 earbuds tomorrow. Can you take care of that for me? All these things, which are going to be the future of voice, because you can multitask. Multitasking, people value time above most other things in their lives. They value time. Something to remember. Hey there, Sam Star coming in. Please ask any questions. It's full Q&A. Please ask anything you want to know. E-commerce, selling on eBay, selling on Amazon, Press2Shop, WordPress, Shopify, Spotify, anything like that. Please feel free to ask. If not, I'll just ramble on my own here. What else is on my mind right now? I think what a lot of people do as far as being able to achieve success, to getting closer to what they want, which is not easy to do, I admit. It takes a lot of work, a lot of execution abilities. But to get there, most people have a hard time living in reality and dealing with life when they get a blow to the face, kind of thing. It's not easy to do. I know it's not easy to do, but I'm a huge believer there's two kinds of people in life. Once in a while, life, business, your wife, your husband, your marriage, your kids, who knows, is going to knock you down to the ground. And when that happens, you have a choice you get to make, is what am I going to do now? Am I going to complain and whine about it and shrivel up and never do anything again? Or am I going to learn, pick myself up again, learn from my mistakes, and make a smarter decision the next time? Those are how you change what you get out of life. Because if you're willing to learn and realize you're going to get knocked down and you have to pick yourself back up again, when that happens, it's a big sense of character. And I'm a huge believer that successful entrepreneurs, when they get knocked down, they are every time the ones that will dust themselves off, get up, and figure out what they need to learn, what they can do better the next time. And that's all entrepreneurs can do. A lot of people just like to complain and whine, and complaining and whining is not really going to get you anywhere. It's like a rocking chair. It'll give you something to do, but it's not going to get you anywhere. And you're never going to get anywhere if all you do is complain and whine. You have to take action, learn from mistakes, and you have to live in reality. That's another thing that so many people don't seem to grasp, is that the way to really get ahead is to live in reality. Adjust, position, execute based on reality. Not how you wish it was, not how you wish it wasn't, not anything like that. You look at reality and you find ways to make reality work better for you. And that's a huge difference, in my opinion, between successful and non-successful people, because reality is a certain way, and right or wrong, it is reality. Hey there, Trinell, 221 coming in. So reality is a certain way, and you just have to adapt to how it is and do the best choices you can to be able to capitalize on reality, because there's always going to be disadvantages and advantages people have. And that's not right or wrong. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right, but it's the way it is. So you do what you can to position yourself to take advantage of what it is you have. Some people are great at some things and suck at others. Right or wrong, it's reality. So you take advantage of what you have to get farther in life. It's not exactly complicated. I think it's just a decision you have to make to accept reality and to decide how you can use reality to your advantage, versus wishing, complaining, whining that it's not a certain way, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You have to look at reality, and then you have to adjust and predict and position yourself to succeed. So please ask any questions. E-commerce expert Tyler Douthit, all over social media. Top 2% Amazon seller, largest earbud seller in North America. Please ask any questions you have at all. Coming at you live this Thursday morning. My daughter's across the street at school at a speech therapy session, so I always give you about a 20-minute time for a live session here. So I'd love to provide some kind of value for anybody. Cars are loud back there. Provide some kind of value for anybody at all. Please ask a question. I would love to give you my thoughts and takes on anything. So I'm happy to answer any question about anything you have at all. So please ask. If you ever thought about selling on eBay, thought about selling on Amazon, thought about starting a business, I know some things about various LLC structures, taxation questions, savings, investing. I know about a lot of things. So please, if you have any questions, now's a good time to ask. If not, all you're going to do is hear me ramble on about myself versus answer a direct question that I can try to help with to provide some kind of value to you. What else is on my mind right now? I think a lot of people are unwilling to do what it takes to succeed. Someone like myself who has had a small degree of success in life, people don't realize that it was 11 years prior of grinding out once my wife was asleep, before people got up in the morning, weekends, side hustles, trying things that didn't work out. Just like a lot of things, if you're a basketball player, you don't make every shot right away when you're 5 years old. You practice and you start making small shots, and you start making bigger shots, and you start making them more frequently. And even the best players in the world in baseball get on base 1 out of 3 times. So and somehow that's all it takes. If you get enough, you can get a lifetime full of singles, and you can be a very successful business person instead of ever getting a home run. And that's just how life works, but people aren't always willing to do what it takes for the sacrifice, because it takes years to successfully build a business that has any sort of actual legacy and impact and resilience to competition. Years. It's not something that you start on some internet course you found online for $29.95, and then a month later you're a millionaire. It's not how life works. It's going to take years. You're lucky if you can do it in a couple of years. I heard a good analogy the other day. It was talking about a bamboo tree, and I had not verified this, but I heard it from another podcast, Andy Frisella. I suggest you listen to him too. And he was saying that bamboo trees over in Asia, Asian cultures, these bamboo trees, you have to plant a seed and water it, take care of it, nurture it for 5 years before it pops out of the ground. So you wait 5 years, you work, water, take care of your seed for 5 years before it sprouts out of the ground. But then, once it sprouts out of the ground, it grows like crazy in the first year. And I think that's not a bad analogy to compare to business. You work hard for years. Keep nurturing, and then before you know it, you turn around and things are really taking off, which is kind of what happened to me. I nurtured everything for years, learned, got knocked down, learned, got knocked down, learned, got knocked down, finally learned enough to have some success and be able to execute things, and I'm sure I got a lot more to learn, and I'm sure I'll have some challenges, because every entrepreneur, Gary Vee always says, like an MMA fight, everybody loses once in a while, and I believe that's true, and I haven't ever really had a big loss yet, so I'm prepared in reality. Like I said, with the reality, I know that it's going to happen eventually. And I mentally prepare for that, the battleground mentality, to know that conflict, to know that failure is going to happen, and be ready for it. Really helps you out in life. To think that you're never going to fail is a joke. Even the best, biggest, brightest minds in business, people like Amazon and at Facebook, they've had failures. Amazon made a smartphone, which is kind of a joke now because it never got any traction at all, but yet Amazon's a huge company. Thanks for the heart there. And Facebook also made a phone, and they're a household, huge conglomerate name. And also, it's kind of a joke now. Hey there, turkey. Are you guys calling me a turkey, I guess? Thanks for something? I don't know. But even those big companies, they have failures once in a while. And it's just how it goes, and all you can do is pick up and learn and move forward from there. Istanbul was Constantinople. Isn't there some song like that? By some group in the States. I forget what it was called, but Istanbul was Constantinople. Isn't that right? Istanbul used to be Constantinople? Is that right? Kastamonu? Probably perhaps a language barrier. I'm not fluent in many languages besides English, so it's a bit of a challenge. But thank you very much for watching. So I'd love to provide some kind of value. So please, any question you have at all, I'd be happy to do my best to provide some kind of value. What else is on my mind right now? Trying to start with cash flow and handling surprises as I've been pushing to grow my brand into a brand and retain some lifetime value of customers. I've seen some competitors pop up on Amazon in the bulk earbud market, and I'm far larger than they are right now. However, there are lots of businesses that have died by a series of pinpricks, and I cannot let that be me, and do not intend to let it be me. So you have to make changes and adjust. So the other day, I had to order some more inventory. I'm switching over the earbud business a little bit into a different, higher packaging of products to continue to evolve, but had to unexpectedly spend about $20,000 to do that, which is a decent amount of money by most people's standards. Just the way it goes for a big business, that's what they spend on pencils. But for most business owners, unexpectedly, it's a pretty good chunk of change. And had I not been smart with cash flow ahead of time, that might have been a bigger problem. But like a lot of things in business, the learning experience, you learn and grow. Some things you know better than others. Some things you make mistakes and then learn to grow in the future. When I started kind of early on, the first 6 months to a year of really building inventory was a lot of, I'd run a credit card balance throughout the month, kind of pay it down slowly. And I knew that sales were there and that there was profit coming in, but a lot of it had to be reinvested in inventory repeatedly. But I knew that eventually that cycle would catch up to itself, and it did. So now it's fine. I still try to keep lines of credit open because you never know what expectation you never know what unexpected thing's going to come your way, and you're going to have to adjust and do another big expenditure. So I try to keep lines of credit open just for that reason, to handle unexpected, to be ready for when something crazy happens. If someone decides to order 5 million earbuds and didn't have a way to make that happen, can't turn no to a customer. There's no way that's going to happen. So I have to find ways to make everything happen. Just how it goes. You plan and expect and learn and roll with the best of them. But kind of a quiet session here today on Periscope. No problem at all. I'm happy to provide a value. The nice thing about this is, this is going to go on Periscope, then I'm going to upload the same one on YouTube, then I'm going to strip out the audio, put that on the podcast, which is on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play Music, Anchor, the whole deal. So even if this doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going on right now, this can provide a lot of value to people forevermore in the future. Hey, they're coming in. Happy to see you. This is your first day on Periscope. Congratulations. And I'm happy and feel privileged that you chose to watch this today. But that's what you do. So you create content every day, provide value, document versus create. I have to do a daily vlog, the TD Grind, 156 episodes in. Do a series of car talks, it's 102 episodes in. My thoughts on various topics in the car. Do podcast ideas. I strip out the audio of a lot of those for the audio channels. I'm 5 episodes in now. The 5th hasn't been aired yet, but it was recorded yesterday with myself and one of my teammates, Ben, and his wife, Holly. The TD Project, which you can find at thetdproject.com, which is our thoughts on various takes. Again, providing a fresh perspective, providing value, trying to give you something you might not find somewhere else, which is really where I feel my sweet spot is. And I think it's going to take years to continue to build that out and provide value to people until it's going to go on its own and that's all you can do. And this gives me a chance, though, to be historically right on things, because I can say that I think something's going to happen, and then in 2 years from now, I have proof, video and audio, that it happened, and that can turn into calling cards. So that's another reason I do what I do. So when I feel I know where something's going to happen, and then I can say that and document it, and then a couple years from now, when that thing happens, I have a clear record of that, which I can use to my advantage to harness that. I called that 2 years ago, and that's only going to help me as a brand in the future. So that's going to wrap up this Periscope for today. I thank you everyone for watching, everyone for listening. If you ever want to get a hold of me, please just Google Tyler Douthit or follow me on Tyler Douthit, the number 1 on Snapchat, Tyler Douthit, the number 1 on Snapchat. And I will answer everything directly. I don't have a staff that answers things. If you DM me, if you tweet at me, if you send me a snap, whatever, I reply personally. I don't have anybody do it for me, all personal. And I will do that for as long as I possibly can until it grows beyond control, which happens sometimes. But it hasn't happened for me yet. And when that happens, then I'll do that. But thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for watching. Please go get them today.